pretty sure.
Good to go.
Hang on, just give us a sec. I'll just copy this. I'll copy that and then I'll stream it to Facebook. Okay, we are streaming live, waiting for Dan the Man. Meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. Hello, everybody.
Hello, peeps.
How are you?
Hello, peeps.
It's Monday, down under, the 17th of May in Aussie land. It might be the 16th where you are in the nighttime if you're in America. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness, there is so much collective energy happening in the, is everyone feeling it? But there's kind of like a calm before the storm.
This is where we live. This was this morning. Look at that gold, people. There's gold on the horizon.
Yeah, we went to go surfing, but this one here was like, oh, it's too cold.
It was 9 degrees. It was freezing.
9 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. You have to do the conversion for anyone in America. Not sure.
Cold. It was freaking cold. That's what it was.
Yeah, the water's about probably 20, 21 degrees. The air temperature's 9. So definitely warmer in the water.
I didn't quite make it. I couldn't even take my boots off.
I'm just going to get my phone to look at our live stream in case we get any messages.
Okay. Dan should be here any minute. We've sent the invite off. So hopefully we'll keep this one up, friends. Today. Share away if you can.
Yes, share. We'll try and keep this one up today. But last time we kept the video, second take has stayed up, but we're definitely getting heavily censored because we're not getting as many views as usual. But hey, we don't care. If 100, 200, 300 people are seeing these videos and they're getting something from it, it's worth it for us.
Even if we're too much for you.
Yes. What did you get told today, Jane?
Well, it's not the first time, but how many of you have been told you're too much? You're just too much.
And someone told Jane he was locking her out.
I'm being locked out.
Locking her out?
I said, what are you locking me out of, mate? No
He's
answer.
locking her out. He's sick of all her content. He's sick of all her sharing. He's just sick of her.
Oh, well, it's another one bites the dust, really, isn't it, at this point in time?
Hello from Houston. Yes. Hey, Mike. Hello, Karen. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Camille. Is it Camille or Camille? Sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Hello. Paul. Hi, Paul. Hello, everyone. We're waiting for Dan the Man. He should be on here soon.
I'll see if he's seen his thing. He should have. Yeah, he's seen it.
He's seen it. He's coming on in. What's everybody got going on? What are any new information anyone has heard? We're like, my goodness, there's so much information coming out from so many different channels and so many sources. I guess the title of this video, we decided what is up, what is down, what's real, what's not. It's so hard to decipher what is real and what isn't. Even among the truther community, there's psyops.
Hello, Suzanne, my friend.
There's psyops everywhere. So I guess what we're inviting, and for us and for anyone watching, is to really come back to our heart space and to come back to our own intuition, because that's all we've got to guide us. So if something doesn't resonate or something doesn't feel right, to just trust that. That's all we've got to go on at the moment.
Yeah, we have to make our own decisions for our own lives. We can't. This is the problem, isn't it? The whole world's being told what to do by these so-called creatures in authority. And, you know, the ones of us that know the agenda behind that. And we don't want to be told what to do. We don't want to be told what to put in our bodies. We don't want to be told.
And you know, to come back to presence as well, like my mother and father-in-law, my husband's parents, found out that they got the V this week. And you know, that was like completely horrifying to me. However, it's already done. They've already had it. There's no point, projecting fear stories onto them. I can just meet them in their choice. And okay, why did you do that? Oh, well, I feel safer. Okay, did you feel unsafe before? So it's really just meeting them in their choices. Has anyone else got experience where they've had to meet loved ones that have had the V? And what I've chosen not to do is not to buy into the fear around the shedding and the spike proteins and whatever, and in actual fact go, okay, well, if they're shedding and they've got spike proteins coming off, how am I transmuting that? I'm transmuting that with love, consciousness, kindness. And I'm not going to play this game where I'm dropping into fear. I'm in my heart space, and my body, my immune system is the boss. My immune system knows what it's doing. So even amongst people who have had the V, I'm going to meet them with love and gratitude. And, I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to project my stuff and what that means onto them.
No, because we all know people now who have, for whatever reason, they've chosen to have the V, and that's okay. That's their choice. And like I said, one of my very dear and very best friends told me, and she thought, oh, I'm going to be in trouble with me because she knows my views on it. And I said, darling, I'm not going to be mad at you, or you don't need me to be mad at you, or your body. The first thing I said was, your body, your choice. And if I mean that for me, then I have to mean it for other people as well. So, each to their own. It is what it is. We can't fight that anymore. It's no point. And I won't be afraid, and I will still hug my friend when I see her because I love her.
While we're waiting for Dan, I want to touch on an influencer, I guess, that I've been following for a really long time, who has a really huge following, who is in the truther community and makes a lot of money off personal development and, helping people to become better versions of themselves. She decided to have the V. And why don't we share a little bit of her story? She had the most magical experience.
There were unicorns and rainbows.
And she sat.
But the lady that the lady that gave her that was a artist.
A V artist.
An artist.
And the V artist just like injected her with this pure, liquefying immunity, gold presence and illumination. I've been following this woman for years, so much so that I even wanted to feature her in my 13-part documentary series. Talk about an idol coming crashing down for me personally. I was like, oh my God, we couldn't be more misaligned if we tried. It's not the fact that she got the V, it's the fact that she created this butterflies and unicorn experience, and how magical it was, and how the universe rolled out the red carpet for her experience of getting the V. No doubt she's being paid by Moderna. No doubt in my mind whatsoever that she got paid by Moderna to infiltrate, either infiltrate her because she's already there, a psyop amongst the New Age community. No doubt in my mind whatsoever. No.
Dan's not taking my call. He's busy. How could he be?
No, Dan is busy. Shit, what are we going to talk about?
We're not allowed to talk about.
This video gives dates and talks about banking dates. I don't know. Are we giving dates?
Banking dates.
Banking dates. What does that mean? Whoever's wrote that. Banking dates. We don't bank on dates because I'm going to tell you why we don't bank on dates. Because in multi-dimensional reality, so 3D reality, past, present, future, linear timeline. In multi-dimensional reality, which is where humanity is moving into, timelines change, shift, and jump all the time. You simply cannot rely on a date. You just can't rely on a date because the timelines are constantly shifting. In actual fact, if you're watching this video and you've watched a few of our videos and you resonate with our content, more than likely you've experienced a time jump.
It's fun.
Back into 3D, back into 5D, maybe up to 9D, who knows? We're jumping timelines all the time. And in a linear 3D based way of thinking, it's very hard to get our head around that quantum shift and quantum reality that we're moving into as a collective.
I like jumping from the timeline. Well, it's not even a timeline, time zones. So where a lot of you are in America, you're in a different time zone. And here we are in Australia. So we're what? By the clock, we're 18 hours or so ahead.
We're in the future.
We're in the future, right? But we're all in the same time. We're all in the same, we meet at the same time.
We meet at the same now moment. Yeah.
It's a bit like I had a bit of a realization the other day. There's a man that I'd like to have us on the echo chamber. And the first time I saw him was about a year ago, and he was like a warrior, a real man, and he was stand up. This is what's happening. Very, very masculine and very like a pirate, like a warrior. And over the year, I've watched him, and I've watched him soften, and I've watched him sort of take on more of a softer version of himself and a more expanded version of himself. And through that time as well, most of his followers, friends, are women. And he's often acknowledged the warrior woman. So a lot of women have stood up and been the voice and found power within them. And I've watched him from this very masculine man come down, and the warrior in the woman rise up to meet in the middle. So there's almost a new timeline.
A new human.
Yeah, created through this mix of man softening and woman strengthening. And it's really a beautiful thing. And it kind of, for me, it was, it kind of put everything in a nutshell here. And everything sort of made sense from that perspective of, you know, not only the we're all in this together sort of thing, but there's no longer an imbalance of the patriarch and the matriarch. We're meeting in the middle, and it's moving into the future. We can we grow from that. We become better and we become stronger by embracing the masculine and men embracing the feminine. And and that ain't got nothing to do with the LGBTQRS agenda either. Sorry.
Look, I mean, I have dedicated my life to serving the rise of the divine feminine on this planet. So it surprises a lot of people when I say that I'm not an advocate for slogans like the future is female, or, women rising up to lead the world. I don't believe or agree with that at all. I don't think that's where humanity is heading, for us to be living in this frequency of, heart-centered unity consciousness. The women must rise and the men must also rise, so we have an equal balance of divine masculine and divine feminine. And what Jane's experienced with witnessing her friend go through is him softening into access and welcoming the feminine essences of himself.
A bit like Dan, isn't it, guys? I mean, I didn't know Dan 6 years ago when he first started, but I've often heard him talk about how, angry he was and like determined and all of this. And, we've seen him soften over the last year to the point now where it's like he's just a little bit too laid back at times. It's like, come on, Dan. I'm kidding there, right? But haven't we seen him soften, which is beautiful to watch. So, yeah, I don't know where he's gone AWOL on us today. He's not answering the phone.
Did you call him on WhatsApp?
Yep.
Did you call him on Facebook? Oh, no, he doesn't have Facebook. Did you call him on his actual phone?
No.
Oh.
I can try.
I could try him on his actual phone. Maybe his internet's down or something.
People, you're all waiting for him.
All waiting for Dan.
It looks like he saw it, but that's okay.
All right, Dan, we're just waiting for Dan. We're just talking shop. We're just talking hoo-ha until Dan gets on. And that doesn't mean we don't believe what we say, for anyone watching. We've said that before, and it gets thrown in our face like, oh, even these Aussie girls have admitted they talk BS. No, that's not what we're admitting. We're just talking shop while we're waiting for Dan to come along.
Oh, where is he?
Dan. All right. Has anyone got any questions? Anything coming up, rising up for you that maybe we can focus on, that we can talk about while we're waiting for Dan to step in? Got him? Oh, hi, Dan.
I
Don't know.
He might be blocking us.
He might be blocking us. Maybe he's blocked, the algorithm's blocked his phone as well. He's off.
I don't know. Was he on Freedom Lake this morning, guys. Hope he hasn't gone AWOL.
We hope he's okay. We hope you're okay, Dan, if you're watching this.
He won't be watching. Hey. Yeah. I know. Come on, get off the phone and get on the phone.
Get on the call, Dan.
We're all waiting for you.
Everyone's waiting for you. We're just talking shop.
All right, he's coming.
All right, here he comes, everyone.
Are you trying to get a hold of me?
Are you trying to get a hold of me? It's 12:15 here. He's 15 minutes late.
Sorry, I was on the phone. Oh, that's all right, Dan. We're not important, are we, people? We are important, Dan, if you don't mind.
Here he comes.
It is happening, Gina. Yes, it is.
It's happening.
Hi, Tina. Yeah.
Yep, we got some great crew here. We love all of you. We thank you so much for, logging on and listening to our videos. We've talked about this before, but we got laughed at when we started these videos and people called us an echo chamber. So we love that name so much. We decided to adopt the name and keep it because, what an echo chamber we've created.
Yeah, the Kabbalists aren't the only ones that can flip things around to their advantage, are they, guys? We can do that too, yeah? We can flip them back. We can take things back. We can take our numbers back. We can take our astrology back. We can take our power back,
Don't say those words, Jane. We might get booted off. Our video lasted less than an hour last week, the live stream. For some reason, they don't like our live streams.
No, but we'll see if we can stay on
Question:
today.
with the new financial system, are we in Australia going to use it or Nasara? I do believe that the quantum financial system will happen in Australia. It will actually happen worldwide. Definitely in Australia. Will it be Nasara? Will it be Jasara? I'm not sure, but we are definitely stepping into a new paradigm with a quantum financial system. What that's going to look like in every different country is, your guess is good as mine.
Oh no, we don't know at this stage, do we? I mean, there will be a reset
Here he comes.
of sorts, so we have to wait.
Here comes Dan, everyone. We can stop talking shop now. Oh. Dan.
I can't wait for it though. Can you wait?
Hey,
it's cold over there.
It's cold. Oh yeah, open it up. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I am
You got some money, Bella? Quick. Oh, welcome, Dan. That's all right.
Hey.
We don't mind waiting for you. It's okay.
What's up? Can you see me?
We can see you.
You're worth the wait, Dan.
I've been having.
Like at 12:15, he's like, "Are you trying to get a hold of me?"
What?
No idea.
Jane calls you at 12:15, and you're like, "Are you trying to get a hold of me?" We're like, "Yeah, bro, you're 15 minutes late, obviously."
Listen, I was distracted.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll let you off the hook. I'll tell you what, Dan. We've been talking shop for 15 minutes, so the stage is yours. What do you got to say?
I'm the queen of distraction, Dan, so I get that entirely.
Yeah.
We got 107 people that have been waiting for you, Dan.
Oh my God. Wow. Awesome. Welcome.
Did you make it?
Yeah,
on?
I mean,
Did you have your show this morning? Did you get it up? Because I think you missed yesterday's, didn't you?
yeah, we missed last night, and it went right to the end too. It was like right as I was signing off, and lost it, and then I think it almost happened tonight. It's almost like someone is waiting, and like for 2 nights in a row for almost the same thing, exact same thing to happen, and I cut it short tonight because I remembered last night, right? I thought we had it, right? So I don't know. It is what it is.
Yep.
We do the best we can.
Yeah. So are you planning on sticking around in California now on account of how you can't get any gas to get out of town, or what? What's
Yeah, tell us about that whole experience. What's happening over there?
It's crazy. You know, it's all manufactured. But it the sheep, you know, everybody gets all wound up. It's because they've been conditioned, you know, that when the media says jump, you know, get worried, get fearful, we need to get fearful. I mean, they've trained us.
There are some clever people though, Dan. I saw some video the other day of a lady at the petrol pump in America putting petrol into a plastic bag.
I saw that.
Oh,
She was
God,
like filling up her
God,
plastic
oh.
bags of petrol. Like, what the hell is wrong?
Oh my God.
She did double bag it.
I saw a picture of a car that had like 4 or 5 of those plastic bags filled with gasoline. I mean, my God, it just takes a spark from a wire in your trunk, and oh
I
my
mean, this has
God.
got to be an IQ test. I mean, these people must have had the V. Like, seriously.
I don't know. I just, it blows my mind. I remember, so I went through the first gas crisis in the 70s, right? My dad actually owned a gas station.
Yep.
So we lived it every day. But I remember we were, the one thing that we were really careful about was the safety. And of course, back then we were pumping the gas. So when we had people all the time coming in with, it was crazy what they would bring in even back then. But at least they were containers, right? Not plastic bags. What are people thinking?
They're not.
I don't know.
You know how there's all the rules about not to be on your phone and not whatever. And I don't know if anyone's been to Indonesia that's watching, but you go to Indonesia and it's like, like in Australia, you don't have anyone that comes out and pumps your gas, right? You do it yourself.
Yeah.
And in America,
right.
you still get, right? But in Indonesia, you rock up to these petrol stations and the little guy putting gas in your vehicle, he's got a cigarette in one hand, phone up to the other hand, and he's putting the, like, while he's leaning over the tank with the cigarette.
Yeah.
Funny.
And then every once in a while, you'll see one of those YouTube videos where the whole gas station is blowing up, you know? Yeah, it's dangerous, those fumes.
So has the price of gas increased, or there's just no gas? I haven't really been following along.
Well, I haven't had to go very far, so I know that there is gas. A lot of places are running out, but it's not like I've seen. Every time I need a gas, I've been able to pull in and get it. It's expensive.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I was paying $1. I think I was paying like $1.80 something in Texas, like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, right.
And it's I think I paid over $5 one place here.
A liter.
No, it's a gallon, which is 4 liters in a gallon. In Australia, we do gas by the liter. So we get 1 liter of gas for like $1.50, right? So there's 4 liters in a gallon. So we've been getting raped for years and years in comparison to America.
Right. Well, and thank God for 0 point energy, because this whole charade is about to end. This whole energy crisis, you know, climate change bullshit. It's over. There's so many things that are changing with what's coming. I mean, we've been focused on basically the good versus evil and how that's going to play into the world. But when we look at all these other things that are coming because of it, anti-gravity technology, the med beds, 0-point energy, it's a completely different world, in a matter of a couple of years.
So Dan, with this gas shortage going on, what do you think's created this, or why do you think they're doing this? What's your, feelings around that?
Well,
how does that
they're
play
trying,
into the plan?
I think it's all part of creating as much chaos, confusion, price volatility. They're trying to I think build up this frenzy, right? They want everybody in fear. We've talked about it before. They're going to play this out till the end. I think just the fact that we're seeing things that seem to be crazier and crazier. It's like they're pulling all the stops, right? They got nothing to lose. So, even though something sounds crazy, anything they can do to create chaos, they're going to try.
Dan, can I ask this question? Because I see this question coming up a lot, in your opinion. So if the white hats are in control and, President Trump's in control, why are they allowing this to happen? And how is this still happening? Is it because it's just still playing out the way it's meant to play out, or,
Yeah. They're until they're ready, I think, to pull the plug, this is going to naturally, it's going to be kind of a fluid situation where, they know, I think, at least all the big stuff that could possibly come up. I don't think there's much that's surprising the white hats right now. But until they decide, I think, to shut everything down, to go into the days of darkness, and then I think that's when the hammer drops on everything. The mainstream media, social media. When we come back from the days of darkness, I expect to see a whole different landscape. Basically overnight, because I think, just think about this. Most of these media outlets, I think many of them are going to be executed. Most of them are going to be bankrupt. We're going to see something totally different on the other side. And I think it's going to be people like us that are telling the news, because I think people are going to demand something different. People are going to, we've had too big of a emphasis on how good someone looked on camera and how well they could read a teleprompter. People want the truth. I think people, when we come out of the other side of this thing, people are going to demand something different. They're going to, and if you don't give it to them, you're not going to be around. You're not going to survive it, because we're not going to have that that leeway, that forgiveness in certain areas, because we're going to understand how those areas were abused to try and destroy our country.
Well, Dan, there are a lot of newsreaders in Australia right now who are going ahead and getting on their shows. And I think, well, isn't that lovely? Isn't that terrific? Because they won't be around.
I just realized, and it's too late now, but I was just going to do my hat tonight, and I forgot all about it.
You know what? It's totally fine, Dan, because the live stream, the 130 people that are watching now, they get to see it live. And if it gets taken down, we just post the replay. And that the video from last week stayed up. I do believe we're getting censored. So for anyone that's watching this video, and you're on the live stream, please come back in a day or two. And if this information resonates, please share. share,
Yeah.
because, you know, I imagine that this video will again get taken down. So come back and share the replay, please. Share it with your community, because we're trying to get, you know, as much information out there to an awakening humanity, which is all of us.
Right. It's the most important thing we could do right now is get people ready for what's coming.
I'll tell you
Because
what, Dan, if this doesn't go down by June 1st, my husband's going to expect $500 because we made a bet that Trump would be president by June 1st.
He is.
Yeah,
Well,
I know he is, but how on earth do I get my husband to believe me? He thinks I'm cray-cray.
Okay, but listen.
I think it would be easier to divorce the husband, actually. Get a new one.
Don't be silly.
Well, let's not even go down that road. I think that there's a really good chance President Trump is the president right now.
Oh, I agree with you, but how do I get my husband to think?
Well, I think what's going to happen is, at some point, I think when we get to the days of darkness, and I think that's coming anytime, all that's going to be revealed. You know, the one thing I just want to keep stressing to people is the timing of this thing. Don't get so wrapped up in it, because it takes away from what's going on here, the importance of what's happening. You know, we get so wrapped up that it hasn't happened that we're missing
what's happening.
We're experiencing one of the greatest events. Well, it is going to be the greatest event in human history, and probably one of the greatest events in the universe. So that it takes even a couple of months longer. It is what it is. It's happening.
Yeah, and you know,
all of the evidence points to it.
All the evidence points to it. It's inevitable, and you know, people say it's not bad. You know, there's been 4 years to take down this thousands of years worth.
Yes.
Of, you know, I mean,
that's what people don't understand.
Nanosecond.
Exactly. This has been amazing what they've gotten done. And people have no idea. It's going to blow people away. The scope of this, how big this thing was, how much influence these people wielded around the world in every facet of our lives. I keep saying, and I can't say it enough, this is monumental. We shouldn't be in this position. We were huge underdogs here. And by the grace of God, they're ready to announce this thing any day.
Hey, Dan, I'm curious. What's your take on what's happening over in Israel and Palestine? What's your take on that?
Well, I think, you know, Q said, it's been all over the internet, the Israel will be last. I think that right now I think there's a battle going on between the white hats and the black hats. I think it's kind of the same thing there. They're at the end game also. And, you know,
because this isn't about the people. You know, the people in Israel aren't happy with the government. It's not.
Oh, no, that's exactly. That we're going to find, when we remove this evil, satanic, globalist influence from our governments, and the people are running the governments, conflict's over. 95% of the problems of the world are over, because we're going to now be able to understand where we're all coming from, and that we all just want the best for our people. And that ultimately, when you get right down to it, we're all the same people. And I think what's coming is the world is going to pull together. The UN's gone. We don't need an organization to demand basic human rights throughout the world. It's going to get done through the people. Just like what's happening now, taking our world back, took us getting involved again. It's just going to the next step now and making sure that this never happens again. That you know, every person has the same rights as every other person. There are no special countries. See, these monsters wanted it to drag us down. You know, with us doing what's best for humanity, we raise our consciousness, our vibration. It makes it easy for us to follow our basic human nature of doing the right thing when we don't have these people constantly trying to force us down a different path.
You know what's happening, if there's any Kiwis that are listening here today, have you seen any of the footage coming out of New Zealand? So the New Zealand government is basically censoring anyone that goes a different narrative to what they do. And they're brainwashing the people with a campaign that says one source of information. We are your one source of information. So anyone else is out. If the information's not coming from the government, it's not true. We are your one source. We are your only source. And they are censor anyone who's not coming from the government. I mean, can people not see through this? I think that people are starting to see through it, but this has to end. And we collectively, as the people, have to stand up and say, you know what? No, that does not align for us as a humanity.
And what's going to happen is the countries, you know, that are more globalist strongholds, like New Zealand. You know, there's several countries around the world.
Australia, it appears, you know, we never knew that. We thought lucky old Australia. No, we're right in the crux of it.
Canada. There's gonna be a big I think pushback from the world. The world is going to demand that these countries, these strongholds, submit. And the problem for the globalists is, you know, they put all of their eggs in the basket with America because America had the firepower. And now, with clearly America's going to lead the charge against satanic globalism, it's just a matter of time, because, you know, New Zealand can't stand up against America's firepower. And you got to figure it's not just America now. It's America and Russia. China is, I think there's a lot going on with China too behind the scenes, that the white hats there are starting to take control. I think by the end of this year, globalism will be pretty much dead in the world, because I think when this starts, it's gonna go very quick.
I agree with you, Dan. I think once the first domino falls, I think it's going to be very quick. And if you look at like the gas shortage in America, everything that's happening, it's like, don't look at what's happening in Arizona. Don't look at what's happening in Michigan. Don't look at what's happening in Wisconsin. Everything is trying to distract you from what's
Right.
actually really happening. So it's about
And
being
they're-
willing to stand back and bear witness and look at the big picture of what's actually going down and the magnitude of it collectively on the globe, or
Right. They're
dome, globe, earth, whatever.
whatever it is. Yeah. They're having a hard time plugging those holes. There's so much going on that they really can't cover it all anymore. And I think that's what we're going to see too, is a quickening of that. It's getting away from them. You know, it's just too much, too few resources that are drying up every day, I think. So it gets worse for them every single day. Again, this whole thing is ready to go. I think any day. We'll see.
Hopefully
is
a
what
lot
it
of hopefully a lot of their cloning centers have been blown up and closed down, Dan. That'll put a
Yeah, I
kibosh on
think
them.
we're seeing those kind of issues. We're seeing, I think, funding issues. The pressure's on, and I just don't know how long they can continue the charade. Eventually, it's just the wheels come off, right? They just can't do it anymore. Maybe that's what they're waiting for. Maybe they're trying to get them to implode and just fall apart. You know, that they just, you know, they can't even put they don't have to take CNN down. CNN just ceases to exist because they can't pay anybody anymore.
Like the Ellen
I mean,
DeGeneres show.
Yeah, where they just, everything just kind of shuts down.
See ya.
You know, that they basically have taken themselves down. They've eaten themselves. That would be pretty fitting. I don't know.
Dan, we talked a little bit in the beginning of the intro when we were waiting 15 minutes for you to get online. We talked a little bit about, like, the title of this video is like, what's what, who's who, up, down, whatever. Like, there's so much conflicting information swirling around. How do we know what's true? How do we decipher what's true? What does truth feel like to you? How do you know that you're speaking God's speak? How do you know? How can you guide people what that feels like for you?
Well, there's a certainty about it, you know, and that certainty has just grown the last 7 years as I've really started to understand it, the connection and the messages, and reading the messages, and all I can tell people is that, you know, your things that you think are natural, or whether you want to call them your instincts or intuition, everyone has guardian angels. Everyone has guides, spirit guides, ancestors, whatever. Start listening to those things, because when you do, and you really pay attention, what you'll find is they will never guide you wrong. And I've said this before myself as I've gone through this process. Not one time in my life have those instincts, intuition, been wrong. I have been wrong when I didn't listen to my intuition, and then a few times got into situations that I wish I wouldn't have gotten into. But that's all part of the process. I don't think there are any mistakes. Even the things we would call our mistakes, we usually learn more from those experiences. And as long as you're learning something, you know, you're on the right path. And as far as the connection to God, and you know, what boils down to faith, and especially for me in this last 7 years, it just grows stronger every day, because every day I see evidence of the things that he showed me that are happening right now. So it feels pretty good.
You know, Dan, can I just touch on this feeling that you have with God? I just want to, for those of you who are watching at home and listening to this, I just want to point out that everyone has a different access sense. So, you know, you might not be someone that just has this absolute knowing. You might access through touch. You might access through sound. You might access through visions. Everyone has a different access sense. So if you're like, oh, well, I don't get these visions, well, maybe that's not your access sense. Maybe your access sense is auditory. So it's knowing what your sense is, because for everyone it's different. Mine is touch. So, you know, it's just, you know, being mindful that how your visions or feelings or knowings come to you might not be the same way that they come to Dan. They come in a different way.
Yeah, for sure. But I think most people understand when they get these for me, it's feelings, that it's identifying them as something that I think that's special. You know, I always used to think, as I was growing up as a kid, I don't know if I was different or just that this was something that I could do. It wasn't until, you know, actually till God called me in 2014 that I started to make the connection of all those intuitions, instincts, and started to put the pieces together, and then started to try and develop those connections, right? I think the first part, like you say, Mel, it's identifying that you're having this connection, however it's coming to you. And that's, I think, just being open to everything, you know, to what's happening around us. And also maybe people who are interested is studying more and listening to other people's stories, because it might trigger something in you, you know.
I think it's important to sort of let yourself off the hook for all of the mistakes that you have made in the past. Like I've learned to let myself off the hook for all of the things, and you know, I've made pretty much most mistakes I think that you can make, and I continue to make some, but I don't drag myself over the coals about them, you know, anymore. No more of that.
Huge mistake. You know, you got to put it behind you. You know, you have to learn from it and put it behind you, because it's wasted energy to do anything else, you know. Own it.
Yep.
And move on. Keep moving forward. I mean,
It becomes so 2019, doesn't it, people? Everything before 2020, everything before 2020 is kind of like, oh well, you know, not that it doesn't matter anymore, but like that was then and this is
that
now.
Was so 2019.
That was so 2019.
That's my husband's favorite line. I do all these amazing things for him, and then when it's his turn to do something in return, he goes, that was then and this is now. That was your choice. Oh, I did let him be my friend again on Facebook, though. He begged me and begged me. He's been blocked for like 2 months, and I was like, okay.
That won't last long.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, he won't be watching this video. He might watch 30 seconds and be like, boring.
Yeah.
You've only got to mention cloning center, and he's like, I'm out.
There's a lot about cloning coming out.
Aren't they going to be surprised when they learn the truth? I talked about it. Well, I think in the show we lost. You know, we've had family visiting here in my daughter's place, and my middle daughter doesn't think like we do, right? And it's amazing how intelligent people can so misread what's happening. And it keeps coming to me, it keeps coming back to the Project Mockingbird was so critical, because without the media, this doesn't happen. But I could hear my daughter like parroting CNN buzzwords, you know. It was like, oh my God. And stuff that we know is blatantly they're lies, and people, because they heard it on CNN, it's the truth.
And the fact that she's not aware that she's parroting something that's not even her
Right.
belief, she hasn't even really, I mean, I don't know your daughter, but from what it sounds like, she's not critically thinking. She's not putting her own thought into it. She's just parroting what she's heard that becomes her truth.
Right. And I think that's going to be, it's actually, you know, the people like her that are intelligent but ignorant, I think, are going to be the ones that have the hardest time with the cognitive dissonance.
I think that's because there's so much ego invested in being right.
Right. I think, yeah. And it's like they've gone all in, and, you know, it's like they think it's the worst thing that could happen to them, right? Is being wrong in this situation when it's so huge. But we got to put that ego aside and focus on, look at what's happening in the world. You know, my God, we're ending an evil that has been around since Babylon. So how about let's focus on that? Yep. Because, you know, there's a lot of things that went wrong for us to get to this point. But so much more had to go right to get this done. And I honestly believe that it's that force that people are going to recognize, and it's going to drive and spark the greatest spiritual awakening we've ever seen. Because at the same time, they see this evil in the world, they're also going to see the good that brought it down. And that's going to inspire people to want to do better, to want to do more.
Yeah, without all the Mockingbird manipulation, without all the CIA and whatnot, the psyops and the black operations, I think we're going to be just fine. I think we're going to like each other. I don't think we're going to care about what skin color we are. I don't even think we're going to care if we're gay, straight, whatever. Who cares?
Right. No, it's going to be, because we're not going to have those people telling us that we're different and why we shouldn't like each other. Yeah. I mean, that's this whole thing. It's going to be so clear for people to go back and look at it after that. Oh my God, how did we miss this? Right. But when you're in the heat of the moment and you're getting all this influence that you're thinking is, you know, honest, you know, you get what we got, a crazy upside down world. Uh-oh. Hold on one sec. Uh-oh.
What do you got going on?
Losing your battery, Dan.
Yeah.
Isn't there a TV show like the Upside Down World? Stranger Things. Wasn't that what happens in that? It's like an upside down world. They go into this upside down world. That's what they're doing.
Jessica, I love you.
What did Jessica say?
She's just adorable.
Jessica's watching. We love you, Jessica. I don't know. Oh, Jessica, the one that sent you the
Trumpy bears.
the Trumpy bears.
Yeah.
We love Jessica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
We got any
she
questions?
makes things a lot easier for me, for sure.
Oh, she's brilliant. I'll just check if there's any. It was a lovely little
questions?
video of her son with his little motor, with his little car bashing into things, wasn't it?
Which one was that?
Oh, Jessica put a little video up the other day. She's bought her son a little plastic car, and he was doing,
Oh, yeah,
he was doing burnouts and donuts and.
Is he about the same age as Micaiah?
Yep.
Yeah. Her
Yep.
son, Jessica, your son's about the same age as my little son. Ooh, he's a handful, but I love him.
Yeah. You see, the problem is I can't get on Facebook anymore.
Oh,
I
I
know.
haven't been able to get on Facebook since November, I think.
Can't you sneak in through the back door through another account or something?
no, they've got his phone blocked, remember?
They got my phone. They got my IP. Remember, we drug it out for a month or so,
Yeah.
but eventually they just narrow it down until they finally get you.
You know what, Dan? This is actually an awesome thing because you are such a man in your presence and your sovereignty. So, I mean, imagine when all this censorship ends. Like, what's really frustrating is that you can't serve humanity in the way that you're on the planet
Well,
to
that's-
serve humanity because
Yep.
they're cutting you off at the knees, right?
Right.
When all this ends, all the warriors on the planet are ready to step up and rise. And that's you, Dan. Thank you for
Well, thank
allowing
you.
us to
We-
witness you in that, service to others.
You guys are part of it too.
We are. We're going to do a tour. We're coming to America. If you're watching, we're coming to a place near you.
You're getting birthday wishes already, Bella, and it's not even your birthday.
I know my
yet.
birthday's on Wednesday, everyone. We'll do a little impromptu. And next time we do a
Thank you,
video, I'm going to
Joanne.
have very different hair. I'm going for a wild rebirth hairdo.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Look out. Hubby's already said, oh, you can't cut it short. He's put like a limit on how much I can get cut off. But it's not
Okay,
his hair,
well,
it's mine.
I'm for that. I like long hair. Yeah.
Yeah, the good thing about hair is it grows back.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Yeah.
I don't know about these VPNs. I don't know how they work. Do you know how they work, Dan?
Yeah, they don't work for this problem.
I-
Jessica tried.
All right.
'Cause
Jessica said
yeah.
you had to buy a whole new phone.
Yeah, that's the only fix.
Can't you just
So-
get a burner phone, Dan?
We thought about that, and if it wasn't working out on Freedom Lake, I probably would have gone that route already. But since we're getting the word out and we're actually building that platform now, I'm surprised, but it's starting to take off a little bit. So I think there's going to be something coming. We're going to get some boost, some kind of recognition's coming, I think. That's what I'm being told. And I think that's going to kind of counteract all of the censoring they've been doing. We're going to get it back tenfold in another way. So
Any news on the Trump platform? Is that any word on that one?
well, we heard it was supposed to be out. I would think it's at least weeks away for being up and running. But we've been looking at all the options. The problem is for what we need, there just aren't a lot of platforms that fit the bill.
Yep.
So when you look at the big picture and that we've kind of got the problems figured out now with Freedom Lake, I can live with losing a show every couple of weeks. But for a while there was like 50-50. Only half of them were making it. And I think they did some things on their end, and then we kind of figured out some things on our end, and it works.
Well, we'll keep you on for as long as we can, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, someday soon this is going to be over, and the censorship is going to end, and we're not going to have to worry about it.
I mean, we've only got to look at our video numbers, Dan. You know, like when we feature you, we obviously get more numbers than when we do videos on our own because you're awesome. But, you know, our videos have been as high as 50,000 views, right? And then when we've been getting censored, it goes down to 1,000. Like, it's just, I mean, it's actually just so frustrating. You know, it's so frustrating that.
That's 49,000 people who couldn't stand to see our faces anymore, Bella. It's got nothing to do with censorship.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, was that the one that she wasn't there?
Her? That was the one where she put me. That was the one where she put me in her basement.
That's right, I wasn't there.
And the lighting was really bad.
Oh well. We should have put you just like the blank screen, or we could have put a GIMP mask on you or something.
We could have made me go like the Hulk, like Dan went that time.
Yeah, you went the Incredible Hulk that time.
He's never seen these things.
No?
You've never watched any of these videos, have you?
I have watched a couple of them when they were going on
The Watchmen.
No, on the Watchmen on Telegram.
Oh, okay.
That's the only place I can see them.
Oh, so do they? Can you actually watch them on the Telegram one? Because I thought you still had to go through Facebook.
I don't know.
Oh no, a couple I posted to YouTube and then I put on the Telegram. Those ones you would have been able to watch. Yeah.
Yes. When you do it that way, I can see them.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Any last comments, Dan? Any thoughts you want to leave any people watching at home?
Just to stay positive.
Do a Linwood for us, Dan. Did you see him at Bikers for America? Wasn't he divine?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Fabulous. Gets up there and just punches those satanic in the face.
Those globalists are going down.
So it says the tunnels are real, people. The tunnels are real.
Yeah. You know, I think the main thing is just for people to stay positive, to know that this is happening, and just to keep moving forward, keep red pilling and preparing. And we'll get through this.
We will.
And it's going to be awesome.
And if you've been watching this whole live stream, thank you so much. You are an awakening human who is serving the collective evolution of humanity. You are right there with us, and you are affecting your community with every person you talk to and every person that crosses your path, whether you're aware of it or not. Your vibration is affecting their vibration, and it's helping them to evolve. So thank you.
Yes.
We love you.
We do.
Everybody can do their part in a different way.
And we love you, Dan.
Love you guys.
Hey, Dan, could you do me a favor?
Don't
Right.
take your clothes on.
No,
Dan.
I want to ask him if the next video, you might have to go shopping. Can you wear a pink t-shirt?
He's got a pink.
Pink?
A bright pink one, like a fluorescent pink.
Ew. Fluorescent.
Probably.
Yeah. Can you wear a pink one? Because I reckon that'll look really good against your white hat and your moustache.
Okay. All right.
Excellent.
All right.
Yes. Because that's going to, I reckon we're going to be getting close to the squeeze then. And like the pink t-shirt's just going to really set it off.
Look at Jane's face.
I know, right? Because I'm not into all of this dressing you up like a clown.
No, I'm not dressing him up. He looks good in pink. He looks a bit drab in grey, don't you think? I mean, you're amazing
right. Okay,
and you're vibrant, but he looks a bit flat in grey. You don't think so?
Yeah, I'm a grey fan. I'm a fan of grey, but there is grey upon grey upon grey.
Yeah, there's grey. So we want to, you're so vibrant. We want you to stand out on the screen.
Well, thank you.
Like
I like the way you say it a lot better.
Yeah.
It's a backhanded compliment, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's not backhanded. We want to bring out your assets.
Thank you. I need all the help I can get.
Apparently not on the dance floor, so we've heard. Haven't seen it with my own eyes, but you know.
Just wait till those videos come out. I'm telling you,
Those watchmen love you, Dan.
it's gonna be shocking.
Thank you, everyone watching at home. We will see you next Sunday night, unless there's a dramatic development between now and then.
Yep. Fingers crossed.
All right. Mwah. Bye, everyone.
See ya. Love you guys.